the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Fire department regulations, notice of proper exit.
Sure, through the school chair, we have 2 exits located over here, and we have an exit there. If these are blocked, just enter the hallway and follow the illuminated sign.
Okay. Explanation of school choice.
Through the school chair, the inter-district school choice program under General Law, Chapter 76, Section 12B, allows families to enroll their children in schools in communities other than the city or town in which they reside. Tuition is paid by the sending district to receiving districts. Districts may elect not to enroll school choice students if no space is available. BayPath maintains a robust waitlist of over 300 in-district students. We do not have space. It is recommended, as in years past, that BayPath not participate in school choice.
Thank you. Any questions from the committee or the public regarding school choice? Okay. Being none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn the public hearing on school choice.
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. We're going to move right into the regular meeting of May 4th, 2026. Since we've done all the ordinary routines, we're going to move to routine matters of A, approval of minutes. Regular meeting minutes, April 6th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Mary?
Abstain.
Abstain? Okay. Okay. Any other discussion before I call for the vote? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? 2 abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you. Cliff, thank you. Approval of warrants. The warrants are going around. Please be sure to sign them. They're over here with the superintendent. We need to do that to pay our bills.
You can shoot them around.
Absolutely. We'll go that way first since he's right there. Any other questions or comments, please reach out to Cindy Schofield if you have anything. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Review of budget, year-to-date expenditure report through April 2026.
Through the school chair, attached in your package, you have the year-to-date expenditure report of encumbrances through April 25th, 2026. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Send these at a town meeting.
Excellent. Any questions or comments? Okay, thank you. D, moving on, outside projects update.
So through the chair, I've given a memo in your packets there. So this year's house project in Southbridge, making good progress. The decks are complete. They're starting work on the interior doors and trims in terms of carpentry. Plumbing rough inspection is complete. They're working on the water heater installation and the plumbing finish. Electrical's working on the finish, and cabinet making good progress. I did put a note in here, the FY25 Dudley House project, which we've been slightly a little bit overtime picking away at. We got to the electrical plumbing sign-offs a few weeks ago. Any remaining items on that house project, the homeowner is responsible for, such as a septic and footings for the front steps. But BayPath has fulfilled its obligations, so we are complete there. We are meeting tomorrow to go over the final punch list for the current house project. I do believe that's going to be complete before the end of the year. So kudos to the students and the instructors.
Excellent news. Any questions for Mr. Prokovichis regarding the house building project? None? Okay, thank you. Moving on, correspondence, Clifford C. Cloutier oath of office expiring May 2029 annual town election. Some of you may have seen Mr. Cloutier at a meeting once or twice before. Now you get to sit at the big kids table. Yeah, so welcome. Again, you know how it runs here pretty well with the board. You've sat in enough meetings, so anything you want to get on the agenda, reach out to the chair or the superintendent or Leah, and they'll do the best to assist.
Thank you.
Thank you. Student Advisory Committee, David Betancourt is here, and sadly, this is what I hear is your last
It is.
meeting.
It is very sad about it.
All right.
We can keep you here.
It's true. Take it away.
Good evening to all members and guests. So thank you to the members of this committee and those of the public for your attendance tonight. To begin, first off, I'd like to acknowledge Bay Path's robotics team for their efforts last month in Marion, Ohio. They competed against 84 other schools at a prestigious national level, and they actually managed to secure a silver medal in robot hockey. So congratulations to the students and advisors who made this grand achievement possible. And the Skills USA State Competition has now been completed, having taken place from last Thursday, April 30th, until last Saturday, May 2nd. Though much to our disappointment, we did not win as many medals as anticipated. I'm happy to inform you all that Bay Path did win several gold medals in a few categories, and will be sending forward several students to Atlanta, Georgia at the beginning of June. And I can speak for the students who are going down south, including myself actually, that we're all very excited and anticipate the challenges ahead while representing Bay Path at the national level. And this is the last month of the academic school year, as we all know, so I continue to stress the importance for all students across all grades, for them to continue their last efforts, especially myself. I have AP on Wednesday, an AP test. It's like, when is it gonna end? So,
A couple weeks.
and seniors only have 4.5 real academic days left, so we're very excited and working our way towards there slowly but surely. And also, this week is Teacher Appreciation Week. I'd like to just take a moment and thank our teachers for their dedication, patience, and support throughout the years. Their impact stretches far beyond the classroom and has shaped not only our academic success, but our growth as individuals. And I can only speak for the student body when I say that we truly appreciate everything they do for us. And as I leave Bay Path at the end of the month, I only look back with great nostalgia and pride for what I've accomplished and what this school has given me the opportunity to do. Bay Path has provided not just an education, but a foundation. And it's one that has prepared me and so many others before for what lays ahead, whether it be college, the workforce, and whatnot. But it's also necessary to recognize that Bay Path's strength has always come from its people, whether it be the students, educators, administrators, and support systems that allow for all to succeed. It's important to not lose sight of that foundation. Budgets, policies, and outcomes matter, but the renewed long-term success will always depend on the investments made for all people within. It's been a pleasure serving as your student representative for the 2025 to 2026 school year, and I'm very proud and honored to have been part of this committee and a part of the Bay Path community. I will forget it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
So through the chair, we want a small token of our appreciation for your participation and all the wonderful things you've done this year. So you're a remarkable young man, and we look forward to the great things that you'll accomplish. And good luck at WPI.
You can absolutely,
Let's
your
do it.
pleasure.
Let's do it real quick for everybody.
All right, that was quick enough.
All right.
It's like Christmas.
Whoa! What a nice sweater. I don't have one of these. Thank you.
You do now?
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, congratulations and thank you for all your insight over the past school year. Superintendent just let the cat out of the bag. You chose WPI out there, so
True.
congratulations on that as well. There's some transformative years ahead of you still, so good luck.
Thank you.
Godspeed. All right.
Oh, there's something else. Oh, I didn't know. Wow. Nice. Oh, I don't have one of these either. I don't have a pen. A nice one of these. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you again. All right. It's hard to top that. We are gonna, no old business tonight. We're gonna move on to citizen participation, of which I assume there's some. And as I did at the last meeting, I'm just gonna take a moment to read our policy on public comment at school committee meetings, which is through citizen participation. So all regular and special meetings of the school committee shall be open to the public. Executive sessions will be held only as prescribed by the statutes of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. The school committee desires individuals to attend its meetings so they may become better acquainted with the operations and the programs of our local public schools. In addition, the committee would like the opportunity to hear public comment. Public comment is not a discussion, debate, or dialogue between individuals in the school committee. It is an individual's opportunity to express an opinion on issues within the school committee's authority. To ensure the ability of the school committee to conduct the district's business in an orderly manner, the following rules and procedures are adopted. 1. At the start of each regularly scheduled school committee meeting, individuals will sign in for an opportunity to speak during public comment. The public comment segment shall not exceed 15 minutes. All speakers are encouraged to present their remarks in a respectful manner. 2. The chair may remove public comment from the agenda upon providing sufficient notice. 3. Speakers will be allowed up to 3 minutes to present their material and must begin their comments by stating their name and city or town. The presiding chair may permit extension of this time limit in extenuating circumstances. 4. Topics for discussion should be limited to those items within the school committee's scope of authority. The authority of the school committee primarily concerns the review and approval of the budget of the district's public schools, the performance of the superintendent, and the educational goals and policies of the district's public schools. Comments and complaints regarding school personnel, apart from the superintendent or students, are generally prohibited unless those comments and complaints concern matters within the scope of school committee authority. 5. The chair of the meeting, after a warning, reserves the right to terminate speech which is not constitutionally protected because it constitutes true threats that are likely to provoke a violent reaction and cause a breach of the peace or incitement to imminent lawless conduct or contains obscenities. 6. Written comments longer than 3 minutes may be presented to the presiding chair before or after the meeting. All remarks will be addressed through the chair of the meeting. Comments made during the public comment portion of the meeting do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Southern Worcester County Regional Vocational School Committee. 7. Sign-up instructions will be provided for those who wish to participate in public comment. So with that, I will ask if anyone does have anything that they would like to do citizen participation-wise. Let's say it's 7:17, just so I can start the 15-minute timer. And again, state your name and city or town.
Hi, Deb Raleigh, history teacher, negotiations committee co-chair, and a resident of Southbridge. We show up every day. We support our students, their families, and one another every day. We show up despite many of us feeling burnt out and overwhelmed by conditions at BayPal. This is my 30th year here. While I've attended many school committee meetings over that time, I've never spoken at one before. So that should show you how deeply I feel about this. I love this school and strongly believe in its mission. I wouldn't have dedicated so much of my life to this school if I didn't. We want to negotiate a contract beneficial to all parties. One that will support learning at BayPal and that will allow staff to provide for their families. Members of the BPTA will hand out a list of 12 possible dates to meet for negotiation. We will meet with you on any or all of these dates. Please, meet us at the table. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good evening and thank you for this time. My name is Targino. I'm from Auburn, Mass. And I'm here as a concerned community member. I'm hearing that, resources are being cut at the school and it, just doesn't make sense to me. Is there a budget issue? Why are we spending so much money on litigation? I don't understand some of these things. And most troubling of all, in this crazy time that we live in, we're going to take the police officer that is here, the only person trained with a gun to save anybody in this building should something go awry, somebody bad come in the building, and that person's not going to be here anymore. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. I'm actually very shocked by that. I think, the students here deserve safe schools. They deserve a strong support system and, a process that's rooted in transparency and respect. My ask to you would be to return to the negotiating table in good faith and negotiate with these people who raise the next generation for all of us, really. Please bargain in good faith, and like I said, these are good people. Please do the right thing.
Hello, my name is Jen Bellistracci. I'm the school adjustment counselor here at VPAP for the past 12 years. I'm from Oxford, Mass. as well. I've been a school adjustment counselor for 20 years, and I'm joined by a couple of my colleagues here.
Paige Almstrom. I'm also a school adjustment counselor here.
I'm Lauren Rice. I'm a school psychologist and a member of Charlton, and I've been here for 11 years.
So tonight we're coming with the concern of the school resource officer. Okay, we work very closely with the school resource officer every single day. And in the reality that we live in, as we all know, our world is struggling right now. Okay, we have mental health crisis on the rise. Like I said, I've been doing this for 20 years. It's getting scary. We see kids in crisis every single day. Substance abuse, violence, everything is increasing. We see thousands of school shootings across this country. Thousands. We just had a principal in Oklahoma tackle a gunman 3 weeks ago because they entered the school. Luckily, he was standing there. So with that being said, we work with our school resource officer every single day. He deals with situations like drug-related issues, overdoses, suicide risk assessments. He de-escalates students in crisis. He helps domestic-related situations. We have a ton of kids who come in. Their families have a domestic dispute. The police go to their house. There's 10 towns here. He has to call all of these different towns and get the information. We have to make sure that kid is safe to go home. Some of these kids don't want to go home. We just had a kid last week, didn't want to go home, refused to go home. We had that school resource officer in my office at the end of the day. Mr. Packard was a huge part of that as well. We want to make sure our students are safe. They can initiate Section 12s, which means that if a student is in immediate psychiatric crisis, the school resource officer can get an ambulance here ASAP. They can bring them to the hospital. We often go in the ambulance. We've done it too many times this year. I could probably count on both hands how many times we've done that. We ride with the school resource officer to the emergency room and wait for that family to get there. We triage the situation. We tell them what's going on with the kid, and we wait for the family. That's scary for that kid, but we won't leave them. They conduct wellness checks. We have kids who don't come to school, kids who run away, families who are, going through really difficult times. We have kids who are sexually assaulted. This happens all the time. This school resource officer works with victims advocates, the DA's office. He goes to court. He speaks on their behalf. We have an open vocational campus, so I'll just end it with this. We have tons of people coming in and out of our school. On a very busy day in the restaurant, I just asked, our restaurant can turn over 300 people coming through that door. Not only that, we have the hair salon. We have the auto body shops. You don't know who's coming in your school. We are not a typical campus. So beyond safety, they're a trusted adult. The students form positive connections with police, and that we need even more than ever, as we know. So I can say with complete honesty, our school resource officer is so important. Our school is safer. Your kids are safer. Your teachers are safer, or your staff is safer because of them. And you don't realize how critical the presence of a school resource officer is until the day you need one and they're not there, right? We don't want to have that day come. So let's just consider that. I'm speaking on behalf of all of us. Mental health is really on the rise. Thank you.
My name is Cindy Borowski. I'm a 52-year-old resident of the town of Charlton. I have lived here my whole life. I have been a paraprofessional in this school for 27 years. I'm here tonight to speak about something very simple, yet very important: respect, fairness, and professionalism for our teachers and our paraprofessionals. The uncertainty surrounding contracts and working conditions has gone on far too long. Teachers and paras have been patient, but that patience is wearing thin. Our concerns continue to be raised, yet too often they feel like they are falling on deaf ears. Each of you was elected by constituents, many of whom are sitting in this room right now. These are community members who are showing up because they support their educators. They believe in them and they expect you to listen. When people talk about how great BayPath is, they're not talking about policies or management decisions. They're talking about the teachers. They're talking about the people in the classrooms every single day who give 100% of themselves to their students. The success of this school is built on their dedication, their passion, and their commitment. Teachers and students are what makes BayPath exceptional. But the success is not guaranteed. When educators feel unsupported, when there is constant pushback on fair contracts, and when communication breaks down, it creates real consequences. Morale suffers, the trust erodes, and eventually students will feel the impact. Right now, teachers are tired, they're frustrated, and they are questioning whether they can continue under these current conditions. At a time when the school is already facing significant changes, staff redistribution, and layoffs, we cannot afford to lose experienced, dedicated educators. These are professionals who have invested years into this community. Losing them would not just be a staffing issue, it would be a loss for students, for families, and for the future of this school. Our school community has already lost too many talented, committed professionals. It doesn't have to continue this way. You have the ability and the responsibility to help turn this around. Support your teachers, support your paraprofessionals, work toward fair agreements, rebuild the trust, restore stability. Ask to speak to us individually to see how we're feeling and how we see things here at the school. Because when you support your educators, you are directly supporting your students. And that should be the priority that we each share.
Anybody else?
Yes, hi. Hi, my name is Nicholas Wojciechowski. I'm a programming and web-related instructor here at BayPath. Between my time here as a student and a teacher, I've spent almost half my life in this school, and I have been grateful for every minute of it. One of my sophomores this weekend earned gold at Skills USA in computer programming. They will be going to Atlanta next month to compete, and I could not be more proud of them. This school year, I had the privilege of being a part of negotiations, but unfortunately, I will not be seeing it to the end because I am one of the teachers who are being let go next year. Sitting around me are amazing educators who care about this school and every student in it. And sitting a little further in front of me are the dedicated members of these communities who have joined this committee to make a positive impact here at BayPath. So I'm asking you, on behalf of all these people, before I go, to please come back to the table and be the reason that I get a text next year saying that a good and fair contract has been settled. Thank you for your time, and thank you for everything.
One more, if there's anyone else. Okay.
Good evening, my name is Dina Kaplat. I am a 30-year veteran teacher like Ms. Raleigh, and I'm a social studies teacher. And also to echo Ms. Raleigh's sentiment as well, I myself have attended multiple school committee meetings, and this is the first time I've ever spoken at a school committee meeting. Over and over again, the narrative from the district leadership has been that the union is wrong to be making these issues at BayPath public. That reaching out to parents, to families, to taxpayers of the towns is wrong and tarnishing the image of BayPath. If we had leadership that was willing to listen to us, work with us, negotiate with us, sit at a table with us, maybe that narrative would be right. But we do not have that leadership. We have leadership that only wants to operate behind closed doors. We have leadership that demands their employees grin and bear it when they make decisions that are detrimental to our school and to our students. So yes, we've gone public. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. The public deserves to know what is happening in our school and where their money is going. School committee, will you pick a bargaining team? Thank you.
Thank you. I have time for one more that can be under like a minute and a half to 2 minutes tops, and that will get us through public comment.
Hi, my name is Chris Wongcam. I'm an alumni. I'm an 18-year teacher here at Metal Fabrication, and I'm also a resident of Oxford. The superintendent and the school committee should be held accountable to the public and their employees. They should be held accountable for the $1.3 million deficit that they have overseen as the leadership at this school. They should be held accountable for the first cuts of teachers' positions in Bay Path's living history, including cutting our school's resource officer and while making staff participate in live shooter drills just in case. They should be held accountable for the cuts of the media center staff, special education staff, summer school programs, and other assets of Bay Path's teaching and curriculum that has made us a Tier 1 school. They should certainly be held accountable for allowing the district's lawyer to claim that the idea of a living wage is merely an academic exercise during para negotiations, while approving tens of thousands of dollars of raises for the 3 highest paid administrators in our school. Thank you.
We're gonna move on to 4A, recognitions.
Sure, through the school chair. So as you know, this week is Teacher Appreciation Week combined with Nurse Appreciation Week. And we appreciate the dedication day in and day out from our staff, as well as our nursing staff. And we have a couple tokens, but very heartfelt tokens of appreciation scheduled for this week. We have a talk about how awesome our teachers are. Tomorrow, Taco Tuesday with a food truck out front. And we have another event planned at the end of the week for a sweet treat for all of our teachers on there. So I want to appreciate all the hard work from our teachers and our staff, our school nurses as well. David stole a lot of the recognitions. Our Bay Path robotics team placed second in robo hockey at the National Robotics Challenge in Marion, Ohio. This is the oldest of its type in the United States for this format and celebrated its 40th anniversary while Bay Path attended. There were over 11,000 students, 435 robots, and 85 different schools attending. Bay Path competed in the following divisions: robo hockey, 1-pound combat, 3-pound combat, autonomous maze, and the team members included freshmen David Gale, Oliver Mayotte, sophomores Vivian, Alicia Aponte, Brian Puig, Warren Day, Krista Feliciano, Caleb Goyette, Ava Reed, and Isabella Zarang. Juniors, Vikram Jha, Timothy Tripp, Nico Yacoves, and joining them as advisors were Mr. Hickman and Mr. Ostergy. So you can look forward to them showcasing their robots next month at the school committee. They've been invited to present on that, so we look forward to seeing them in action. Skills USA this past weekend, we sent a delegation of 37 students to the 52nd Annual Skills USA Mass State Leadership and Skills Conference, representing 14 different career areas across 24 competitions. Our students demonstrated exceptional professionalism and technical mastery. While not every participant returned with a medal, we are incredibly proud of the dedication and high level of performance shown by every single competitor. Receiving bronze medals were Joe Russell in cabinet making, Vincent Bedard in internetworking, Madeline Guyampi in natural hair and braiding, Kayla Schroeder in nurse assistant. Receiving silver medals were the team of Isabella Barrel, Emily Mako, and Tatiana Smolinski in Career Pathway Showcase, and Brianna DeWolma in Nurse Assisting, receiving gold medals and advancing to national competition in Atlanta during June 1st through the 6th. Krista Feliciano in Computer Programming, the team of Aaron Lakovic, Kennedy Valkunas, Brett Belzer, and Sarah O'Donnell in Entrepreneurship, and Lou Keller in Plumbing. Also advancing to nationals is our own David Betancourt, as he will serve as a national voting delegate and help Team Massachusetts elect the next national officer team. I'd also like to recognize Pam and Chris Staney. Last but not least, we would like to thank them and take the time to recognize the hard work and dedication of our Skills USA advisors, Pam and Chris Staney. Without their guidance and support, our students would not be able to succeed during these competitions. Countless hours are spent ensuring that everything is in order and our students are ready to perform at their best. So a huge thank you to Pam and Chris for all that they do for our BayPath students and skills.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. There are no presentations tonight, so we're going to jump down to C, which is a vote to participate in school choice.
Through the school chair, the school committee must vote prior to June 1st as to whether the district will or will not participate in the school choice program for next year. As we continue to have a large waiting list each year for in-district students, we do not have any additional slots for out-of-district students. Therefore, I am recommending that the school committee vote not to participate in the school choice program. The superintendent director recommends the vote not to participate in school choice for the 2026-27 school year.
So moved.
Second. A motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. D, superintendent's evaluation. So as everyone on the board knows, and Cliff, welcome to the board, but you know this part of it. The school committee is tasked with evaluating the superintendent yearly. The negotiation subcommittee met to review and refine his goals prior to acceptance by the full committee earlier this year. And each of you, I don't know about your email yet, so I can't say that with a broad brush stroke, but each of you have been provided with a blank copy of the superintendent's evaluation form and all the evidence electronically. Evaluations are due by May 15th, which is a week from this coming Friday. Get those to Leah or myself, and then I will set a time to come in, tally the results, and we'll prepare a report for the next meeting in June, at which point we'll have the comments and the results to go over. Okay? Any questions? If there's any delays, we can maybe eke out a day or two here, so I understand everyone has busy schedules, but do your best to get them in by May 15th. That would be very helpful. Okay? No vote is necessary on that, so we're going to move down to E, which is approval of the FY27 non-residential vocational tuition rates.
The school chair, the superintendent director, the school business manager recommend the school committee vote that our non-resident tuition rate for school year 26-27 be set at $21,186. That our non-resident special education tuition school rate for the school year 26-27 be set at $23,000. That the rate for non-resident transportation, if necessary, be based on our contract for the transportation for the 26-27 school year by assessing a prorated share of the route or by addressing the actual cost of individual transportation.
So moved. Motion. Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Don?
Where do those rates come from?
From the state. The state issues the rates and we can go up or down on those. We look at them across. It's somewhat of a moot point because we don't take out of state, out of districts. So but yeah, no, the state issues standard and then we look at where we were in comparison.
Any other questions?
So the reference here to 8.8%, is that what came from the state or did we add something to that?
No, in the, so that would be the recommendation. You're looking at the details. Sorry, I just have the, right. So there's more details on that. So that's where the state comes from. They give us the recommendations and the percentage increase over last year.
Yep. Any other questions? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. F, approval of budget transfers.
To the school chair, Superintendent Director and the School Business Manager recommend that the school committee vote to authorize the proposed transfers to balancing accounts through April 2026.
So moved.
Second. A motion and a second, any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. H, approval of participation in Skills USA National Conference, and please note you probably have that in your, oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
surplus equipment, I apologize, I checked marked too early. Surplus equipment. We'll get to that next.
Through the school chair. Mr. James Tripp-Bokovicius, vocational director, received the request from Christina Genetasio Dental, assisting lead instructor, to place the following items on surplus equipment list. 1, 2016 STA TIM autoclave sterilizer model G4, condition, needs repair, estimated value $3,500. The superintendent director, the vocational director, and the school business manager recommend the school committee vote to place 1, 2016 STA TIM autoclave sterilizer that is valued at $3,500 but needs repair on the surplus equipment list to be disposed of according to the school committee surplus equipment policy using the most appropriate method available.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second, any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now we get to H. Approval of participation in Skills USA Nationals Conference, and note that you have that probably in your binder or where you were sitting tonight, because it's not on the electronic agenda.
Through the school chair, the superintendent director, the vocational director, and the school business manager recommend the school committee vote to allow 7 day path students, 2 advisors, 3 instructor chaperones, and expected 1 administrator and 1 school committee member to attend the Skills USA National Conference in Atlanta, Georgia from June 1st to June 6th, 2026 for a cost of $49,948 to be paid out of account number 150003520603603570000. Skills USA DECA.
Sure you didn't miss a zero there.
So moved.
Second. A motion and a second, any discussion?
I have a question. Round trip shipping for plumbing tools, 4K.
So we have to send all the tools down separately.
There's one plumber. Does he have that many tools?
So those rates are set by Skills.
So through the chair, it's a job box essentially that's sent down. In addition, that is capped at 4,000. We anticipate additional items coming back. Hopefully, if we bring home gold, the students will be bringing home awards from vendors as well. Specifically in plumbing.
So if it's less, it's less, but the cap is 4,000. It goes down with that plumber's tools, but it is a job box. One time that I went, I have seen the giveaways and the prizes for the plumbers. I mean, the tools are pretty significant. So they'll go in that job box, so no need to ship it separately on that.
The cost of freight right now, with just the price of diesel, is through the roof, so having a little extra in there for freight is not a bad idea.
I think it's a package as well.
Yeah.
It's a surprise every year.
Any other questions or comments? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 4I, approval of donation.
Through the school chair, the vocational director received notice that Kathy Holden and the Holden family would like to donate artwork representing Mack trucks to display in the Diesel Tech shop. Approximate value is $300 for 1 large Mack truck timeline collage print and 4 11x14 embroidered truck artwork, all framed. The superintendent director, the vocational director, and the business manager recommend the school committee vote to accept the donation of the 1 large Mack truck timeline collage and the 4 11x14 embroidered truck artworks, all framed, at an approximate value of $300.
So moved.
Second.
The motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. J, 2026-2027 House Build Project Update and Approval.
Through the school chair, Mr. James Tripp, Vicious Vocational Director, received notice that the previously selected applicant has withdrawn their application for the 26-27 House Build Project due to permitting challenges related to septic sewer approval within the town of Oxford. The second applicant was contacted and they have not secured ownership of the land. Due to these reasons, we are requesting that the school committee vote to allow BayPath to repost the house project advertisement for a minimum of 3 weeks to solicit additional qualified applicants and present a recommendation at the June meeting. The superintendent director, the vocational director recommend the school committee vote to approve reposting the house project advertisement for a minimum of 3 weeks.
So moved.
Second. A motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Information and proposals. 1, report from the superintendent director.
Through the school chair, I submitted a written report. I'm prepared to answer any questions on that. I will call out that David received the most outstanding vocational student award for BayPath. It was a wonderful night with his family. It was delightful to meet them. And it's always a great night to hear the amazing things that students from vocational agricultural education are doing across our great state. There's a great picture. There's pictures of the robotics team in there. Town meetings are coming up. Tonight is Paxton, and it was also supposed to be Spencer that was moved. And there's a list of dates. You're all welcome to attend those town meetings, and we'll send a representative. That's where Ms. Schofield is tonight on that. So.
Excellent. Thank you. Subcommittee reports. Audit subcommittee. Bob Zukowski is not here, but just to fill in, we did the audit last month, so I'm sure there's no business for now. Budget subcommittee, Mr. Scher.
No,
Thank you.
no, it's, Mr. Sure is not the chair.
Oh, Don Gillette, I have a typo. That's right.
Nothing to report this month.
Thank you. I took no either way.
I could have said no first. I figured he was gonna.
Building and ground subcommittee hasn't met this year. Negotiation subcommittee, Dave Grenier.
There was a meeting last week with the team in power negotiations. I was on vacation. I wasn't able to be there. I know Ben took my place or was present there for the representing committee. Next meeting we have scheduled in my notes is May 13th, Wednesday, May 13th.
Yes,
Okay.
and we have custodian tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., which are progressing.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
As well.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's all I have at this point.
Excellent, thank you. Policy subcommittee, Peter Scher.
Nothing to report.
Thank you. Warrant subcommittee, just a reminder, warrants are available for signatures by all school committee members at monthly meetings, as we're seeing tonight, and during the day at school. If you are gonna come up, be sure to call ahead, make sure someone is in the business office to allow you to get in there and sign. Okay. Future business, meeting date, regular school committee meeting will be held on Monday, June 1st, 7 p.m. in this room. Topics for future agenda, if you have anything and you want to be placed on the agenda, reach out to Leah, Kyle, or myself, and we'll do the best to get it on the agenda. E, remarks from the superintendent director.
Through the chair, I'd like to welcome Cliff Cloutier to the school committee. I look forward to working with you again on that. I want to thank Mike Taveri for all his years of service and the hard work that Mike put in. I want to thank Mary Johnson for, I understand this will be your last meeting, so thank you. And I want to say thank you and best wishes to David and everything you do. And you are, I'll say it again, it's worth saying, you're a remarkably young man. The things you've accomplished here at BayPath is just the jumping off point, and we truly look forward to watching your skyrocket to success through WPI and beyond. So thank you for all your time, David, and good luck.
Excellent. Thank you. Comments from the committee, I'll go this way tonight. Bob? Why not?
David, pleasure serving with you this past year. And it was really nice meeting your family. And congratulations on that event at Mechanic Road. You deserve all of that, so. And I wish you the best at WPI. Cliff, welcome.
Thank you.
See you again. Also, just kind of a mention on skills. This past Friday was fantastic as usual for the states, and it's just great watching the kids. I mean, the demos that they do are fantastic. So it's always a pleasure to go to that every year. So anyway, that's all.
I have a couple things. First of all, I do want to comment on some of the things that we talked about earlier tonight. No one wants to see layoffs. No one wants to see that happen at all. And rumors have it. I've heard through the rumors who there were, and so one of the SRO I consider a very important person. I know all the teachers are very important too. Don't take me wrong in that, but that SRO was implemented. I say we only because I was on staff at the time in 2018, and there was an interview in the paper by Mr. LaFleche. I just want to read exactly what the quote was from him. He stated, as you can imagine, every superintendent and school administrator wakes up cringing at the thought of another report of school violence. He goes on saying, it's time to have an officer in the school. I'm not going to, Jen did a great job in explaining what the person did. I firmly believe that officer is important, and I hope that it would be reconsidered for that position as well as all the other ones when money becomes available. The second thing is, could we talk a little bit about the lottery, the second lottery, and how that went? Because there are people that came. I've spoken to people about the lottery, and I have to explain to them that there wasn't reshuffling of the applicants, and they were saying why. And I said to them, I explained that next year, as part of the policy, it was going to be one lottery, and we'll go down the list. So can you tell me about how it went, number of seats that were filled, are there still empty slots, that type of thing?
Sure. So, through the chair, our policies dictated a subsequent lottery to pull off the wait list. So we had the initial lottery, don't hold me to the dates, but that was March, right? Early March. March 6th, I believe. And the students, 330 acceptance letters went out that night. They had 15 days to respond, affirmative or negative, that they were taking it. Within that time frame, so the lottery was taken, 700 names were ranked by town in the order. So if Charlton had 38 spots and 123 applicants, all 123 were ranked from the order in which they were picked, 1 through 123. Go down to 38, that's the cutoff, and the wait list was there. Within that 15-day window, if anybody responded negatively, it was filled off the wait list on that. So, 1 for 1. After the 15th, and we had to make the phone calls for those that didn't meet the deadline and follow up on those. And also, after the waiting period for any seats that weren't allocated, a la Paxton didn't fill it, those seats remain open until after April 1st. So we didn't pull off the lottery, off the wait list from March 22nd till April at all until the next subsequent lottery. So when we found out that what seats opened up after the 22nd, which Paxton had 2 remaining seats, but then Rutland had 5 seats become available. Because there was a wait list, we went through the wait list, and when those students were admitted, there were 5 seats unallocated there for the number of students who politely declined the spot. So when you ask numbers, there were 7. So we held the second lottery on April, it was a Thursday. But we held that.
I'm not worried about the date.
Yes, all right. So we held that, did it again. Very similar. It was recorded. We didn't do it live. We recorded it though. And as soon as it was recorded and the results were certified, we posted those. So yes, 7, no more than 7 were pulled off of that who received acceptances. And now, 1 for 1, And that set the wait list for the rest of the year up until the start of school. So from now, that wait list is set. So 1 for 1, if somebody leaves Charlton, the next student in line on Charlton gets in. If somebody leaves Webster, the next student goes in there. We'll look at if somebody leaves Paxton and the seat goes unfilled because there's no wait list. We'll reallocate that accordingly on that. Does that help?
Yes.
So
Yeah, and obviously anyone watching and listening get a
Absolutely.
better understanding of what's happening. Thank you. And one last question. I still haven't seen the freshman's shot placement data.
All right.
Thank you.
That's on me. Jim's looking at me. I didn't forward it.
Okay.
Mr. Monfello will forward that to you.
I think,
Tonight.
I hope for the rest of this committee as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Peter Scher.
David, thank you for being our student representative and good luck for this coming year at Worcester Polytech. Cliff, welcome. Do you need a tour of the building? It's help from morning?
Yep, I think I'm good on that.
That's about it.
Thank you. Caldwell.
David, good luck at WPI. I know you'll set the place right on its ear, so. And try not to pick on the chairman, Cliff. I mean, I know you guys go way back.
Come on, not that.
You're
right,
Was
I'm
he
not.
principal when you were here?
Well, I never came here, so. But maybe at that time, librarian, was that what you were thinking? No.
That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Erica.
I just want to congratulate David on all his accomplishments, and good luck at WPI. That's an amazing school. Welcome to Cliff, of course, and congratulations to all of the students that placed at Skills USA. That's amazing. That's all I got.
Thank you. I'm sure.
I'd like to recognize the teachers for Teacher Appreciation Week. Have fun. And David, kudos once again, outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you. Anne Marie.
Just repeat what's going around. Congratulations, David. You should be very proud, as I'm sure your family is. And WPI's lucky that they have you. Welcome, Cliff,
Thank you.
and happy Teacher Appreciation.
Thank you. Don Jewett.
Hey, just welcome back, Cliff. We missed you for a little while. It's glad you're back. And David, it's been a pleasure having you as our student representative. I mean, really enjoyed it. You bring a lot to the table. Good job. Good luck in the future.
Thank you. Mary for the last time.
Good luck, David. I just want to say thank you to everybody. The last 3 years has been eye-opening. I want to thank the teachers for everything that you are doing and have done for the students at Bay Path. For my own children, which I'm sure weren't very easy. I appreciate you, continue to work hard for what you believe in. On the resource officer, coming from a family with a huge emergency management background, I have to agree with Dawn that that's one of those cuts that kind of hits deep, especially in today's society and everything that's going on in our world. These kids and families have a lot of mental health, there's a lot of food crisis, there's a lot of trauma. They're coming in with baggage that we sometimes don't even recognize or see. So as I move on, that's something that I'm definitely going to be looking to hopefully see replaced, or not replaced, but back within the school. It's very important for these students to continue to see that strong presence of a resource officer. That's it.
Congratulate WPI, a wise decision on their part. David, I'm sure you will, as has been mentioned, set the place on fire. Welcome to our newest member, and thank you to those departing members. It's always hard to see some neighbors leave us, the neighborhood, if you will. But welcome, Mr. Cloutier. Thank you.
Thank you. Kirsten.
Congratulations, David, and thank you for everything that you've brought here. And also thank you to the teachers.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the robotics team. That's outstanding, and also to the 7 students for skills. USA. And to Pam and Chris, as Superintendent mentioned, behind the scenes, the hours and the coordination that they do for that program is awesome. David, I wish I could spell WPI. Congratulations, good, and I'm sure, and I think Jim said it the best, James said it the best, you're definitely an added asset to those guys, and that you have them here. Also to teachers, thank you. Thank you all. Appreciate you. And I'd like to thank, congratulations, Cliff. And also a thank you to Mike Tiberi and Mary. Thanks for all your help on the subcommittee and sitting next to Mike for all these years also. You did a good job and wish you the best also. Thank you for him. That's it.
That's it. Cliff?
Well, remember you freshman year? Back then, it's been a while. Wish you good luck. Appreciate everyone with the well wishes coming in here. It's a big change. I used to be down in the corner over there for 17 years. I helped bring Kyle in when he came in, guided him through and working things out with teachers back then, and hopefully with the teachers, I hope things can work out. I know budget constraints are really tough, but I hope in the near future something can be worked out and things can come about, help the school out. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Again, Mary, we're gonna miss you. Really, especially me personally, I reach out to a couple select people with issues because I'm not an educator. So when I have questions that, I just want to get a different perspective on, I've reached out numerous times. So again, thank you personally. I really appreciate all you've done and answered for me, because there are a lot of questions that make me scratch my head from time to time. So,
Just one. Junior morning,
oh, okay. I'll bring that up. Yep, no problem. And then again, Mike Tiberi, I will reach out to him, same thing. He's going to be a valuable asset that we lost. I believe he started with us when we were exploring the school building addition. So he had a lot of years involvement with the school as well. So Cliff, welcome. As I said, congratulations earlier, and to us. What Kyle's writing to me right now is it the 21st of May? 21st of May, Thursday, 9 to 11 a.m. Al Beeland is not here to mention it, but we will for him. We're going to do the Memorial Day service out in the courtyard, weather permitting. If not, it'll be in the lecture hall to recognize 9 to 11.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I wanted to mention, Lee has been working her tail off on it, is the Education Foundation Golf Tournament, which is May 16th, 1 p.m. Heritage. Still room for foursomes. If you have availability or want to get someone in, please do. I think we have 18 currently.
We have 18 currently, but there's room for a few more.
Yep, absolutely. So
always gladly accept any sponsors or donations.
Straight donation.
yeah, absolutely. And with that, I am all set. We're going to move into G, which is executive session, contract negotiations. The school committee, I'm going to entertain a motion that the school committee vote to move into executive session for purpose MGL Chapter 30A, Section 21A, 3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation if an open meeting law may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public, and to reconvene in open session to take any action and then adjourn.
So moved.
Yes.
All right, I have a motion and a second. It'll be a roll call vote. Katie is absent. Mary Barrel absent. Al Beelan absent. Jim Caldwell.
Yes.
Richard Clark.
Yes.
Cliff Cloutier. Yes. Kirsten Congdon.
Yes.
Erica Euchre.
Iker.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yep.
You'll get it.
I will get it. Don Gillette.
Yes.
If I say it enough times.
Dave Grenier.
Yes.
Mary Johnson.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Don Montville.
Yes.
Anne Marie Fantos.
Yes.
Mike is absent. Peter Scher.
Yes.
Tim Scher.
Yes.
Bob Tremblay.
Yes.
Jeff Wenzel and Bob Zukowski are absent. So we're going to enter into executive session. Are we asking anyone to join us?
No.
No. Okay. So if you guys can clear the rooms.